be hard pressed to think all of these are on one circuit. Okay, all of these in this room, they might be, and then I'll have to figure out what do I want to do. Maybe the ones in this area over here on a separate circuit, as opposed to this entire room, let's say. And if it is, then I have to decide: do I want to come over here and tap into that electrical outlet, or this electrical outlet, because it's on a different circuit than these over here? Because I don't want to overload the circuit, because maybe there'll be two people here watching TV and they're going to pull their feet out at the same time. You got two motors running there, you got a woofer thing over there, you got the heater blaster on, and you got the high button turned on for the fan for the heater, and you've got a TV on. That might overload the circuit. I don't want the circuit tripping if those two people are running it, and then this guy tries to put his feet up as these guys are putting theirs down, and then, oh, the breaker tripped. Okay, who's going to reset the breaker? Come on, hurry up. Our show's on, the game's on. It's 4th and 1, and we got to see if these guys are going to make a first down, win the game or not. And you got to run out and reset the breaker or something. You know, I don't want that. And so I'll have to figure out that. Okay, so that's one of the steps I'm going to have to go through. Here's the next step I'm going to have to figure out for this project. Okay, once I determine which electrical outlet I'm going to go and tap into, how am I going to do that? How am I going to do that? Well, because I can get underneath this whole floor. I don't care where the outlet is located, I can do it. Yes, because the flooring is going to have an outside band on it, and there's going to be enough room to where, let's just, for sake of argument, let's say we're going to do that one right there. Okay? Right here where the window is. I know the power is going to come up to there. I'm going to have to take that out, cut out that box. I'm not going to make a mess on the wall or anything. I'm going to cut that box out. I'm going to end up putting a cut-in box back in there after I fish the wire. Then I would take the wire and I would have a flexi bit, long bit that's flexible, that has an end on it that I can drill through, and I'm going to shove it through that hole. After I take that out of the wall, I'm going to fish it down there without hitting this, bend it down, hook it up to my drill back here, and the shaft is going to angle because it's called a flexi bit. I mean, it is flexible. Okay. Then I can fish it down there and drill it right through the subfloor. And then I can take a little piece of wire and fish it from here and push it down beyond the floor line by maybe 8 or 9 inches. In case, you know, usually on floors you've got insulation underneath these floors, and that insulation could be 5.5 inches thick, or it could be 7.5 inches thick, or something like that. And maybe if you only have a piece of wire that's sticking down a couple inches, you go underneath the house, you're not going to see it. So I get something long enough, whether or not it's an exterior wall or it's an interior wall. Okay, same thing. Take this out, take that out, cut the box out, and I'll show you all this. If you care to keep watching this whole video series, okay, take this box out, fish my flexi bit from here down, drill it through the subfloor, take a little piece of Romex cabling, and here I've got a little piece right here. I can straighten this out. I can use this, or I can use a fish tape. And I might show you that way. I've got a fish tape, and it's a long piece of steel that's a fat and very thin. It comes in a roll, and it's a piece of tape, kind of, it's called tape, and you just roll it up round and round and round and round in there, and it might be 25 feet, might be 50 feet long, with a little hook on the end or whatever, and I can take that and fish that down there. Plunk, push that down there. Okay, or I can use a piece of wire, cabling, whatever. Then I can take a new wire, push it down from here, or take the whole roll from underneath, fish it up through here, let it stick out a foot or 1.5 feet or so, pinch it off, whatever, and then I have the roll down underneath the house. Then I would take it and strap it up, staple it up underneath the joist, the floor joist, however I'm going to go, over to wherever I'm going to go. I'm going to go here, or even over there. Doesn't really matter because we're not going to move this furniture. Okay. Obviously, I'm going to have to lift one of these and move it out of the way because there's not enough room under here. Okay. See, here's one unit right there. See, here's the end. Can't be plugged into anything right now, can it? Because there's no electrical outlet on the floor. Well, that's why I'm gonna end up doing this. Initially, I was talking to Momi, and we didn't know where this was going to end. We could have moved this over a little bit, and then we could have taken a rug. I was thinking initially we're going to take this rug, and we were going to put this rug over here for some reason. Then I could take an extension cord and run it underneath the rug over and plug it into the wall. Let's say run underneath that rug and then hook up some other extension cords and a power strip and whatever and hook it up that way. Or you can have just a cord showing, but I don't want a cord just showing, you know? What if you didn't have any room? What if you were on a concrete slab? How could you do it? Well, there's a way to do it, did you know? You know what you'd have to do? If you had carpet down, you'd have to pull the carpet up. You'd have to roll it up to here, let's say. You have to take a cord, you've got your extension cord or whatever, and the extension cord would come up. You could have that just exposed right there, okay? And it would plug into the wall. Then it would go down, it would go underneath your carpet. You might have to cut a little slit in your carpet pad, let's say, coming across wherever, at an angle, straight across this way, whatever, right? You could do that, and then tape it down, roll the carpet back over it, and reattach your carpet. You'd have to get a carpet guy in here to do that if you didn't know how to do that, or you'd have to get a carpet stretcher and rent one and then re-stretch it and put it down in there. And you could have the cord going underneath here, and then of course you'd have to cut a hole somewhere over here, and you could do it that way. Then you'd have to use a pancake box or something small underneath, cut it, you know, to attach it to your concrete subfloor, cut your carpet pad out, and then cut your carpet, and you could do it that way, and it would be like that. But I'm not going to do all that. I'm just going to crawl underneath the house, and then wherever I take the power up, it could be over there, could end up being over there, wherever that circuit is that's not attached to that, let's say, and then I'll fish it over to here, pull this unit out of the way, pull it out of the way, mark it, figure out where I want it, so that I've got enough room wherever it's going to go underneath. I don't want to just willy-nilly cut it somewhere and then find out I don't have enough room, and this unit here's in the way, or this metal strip is in the way. Maybe I want it back in here. Maybe there's more room beyond this. I have to get look underneath there during the day, run a flashlight under there, whatever, put a mark or something, felt tip pin, just a dot, doink, then pull this out of the way and know, okay, that's where I want it. And then I'll cut the hole. I'll first drill a little hole, cut just a little bit of the carpet out, enough to get a drill bit down there. So I can drill through the subfloor plywood, let's say, okay? I don't want to just drill a hole through the carpet, because you try to do that, and if you do it wrong, you could zip a whole line, and drilling it here, and then have it wrap around your drill bit, and all of a sudden you look over here, oh crap, you got a line going to there, or all the way across. Now you've really screwed yourself. You know what I mean? So I'll cut a hole just big enough to get my drill bit in there, just a little square hole, drill it, and then poke a wire down there. Not a big old huge wire. I cut a section of this off or whatever, and just push one wire down there, 1.5 feet or so. So it goes down through the insulation underneath and all that. Then I can figure out where to cut the hole and how to attach the box. I'll have a junction box down in there and all that kind of stuff. And I'll have to see what kind of floor box. Up in the main living room, family room area, the great room that we call it, it's metal. It's a brass plate, and it's got a brass cover plate on there, and then you plug into that. Well, I might do that, or I might use just a regular duplex outlet down there. You know, I'll just have to see what they have at the store, and then see how to mount it to the junction box, mount it to the floor. Hello. Hi. I'll just have to see how to mount it down there to the subfloor and all that. Okay? So that's the first part of the project, and I know what I have to do next. Figure out which circuit is not connected to those electrical outlets over there. Okay? That'll be my next video I make. Watch for it on my channel. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.